so level, on another level, elevate your level, level, graduate your level, there's no one on it, nah, 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 hey, so level, on another level, elevate your level. Are you guys hot? Who's dancing? Come on. I know it's late for some of you. So yummy, know you want this yummy, yummy all in your tummy. Level up, 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 level up. Oh, that sauce so yummy, oh, that sauce so yummy, know you want this yummy, yummy all in your tummy. Oh man, I had that timed good. Woo! How we doing, you guys? Yay! I saw a couple of you dancing with me, but I see a lot of you not. No, it's okay. I am so excited for you guys all to be here. Thank you for taking time out of your night. Welcome to Level Up Mastermind, you guys. Pat yourself on the back, say good job, cheer a teammate on.
Good job! Good job!
Let us know where you're from. And I'm just excited for you all to be here today.
Hey, how do you like your new shoes?
Okay, there's my husband. Didn't realize he wasn't muted. For those of you guys that do not know, my name is Kelly Dickerhoof, and you're on our team. We may have never connected. We may have not been able to talk yet. My hope and intention is to get to know you on an intimate level through these next 6 weeks and really guide you. I want to say congratulations for raising your hand and saying you're ready to level up. I want to let you guys know I'm proud of you. I'm excited for you. I want to see you really step into your goals and see you be able to lead intentionally, lead with strength, lead with confidence, lead with dignity, and really just make this world a better place because you're in it. And it already is because you're in it. But we can all know that it does. It's important that we take time to grow and we take time to really master different skill sets that we need in order to be the incredible humans that we're designed to be. And in that, as we grow, we see beautiful things happen, like relationships restored. And why I think a lot of us are here is to see our business grow, right? And so that's what I want to see for you guys in these next 6 weeks. I'm going to go a little bit into my story just so you can get to know me. I have the lovely Lindsay Hoffber, obviously Tyler Dickerhoof, my husband, and Laura Stevens on the call tonight. Really, this call, the intention behind it is so you guys can hear our hearts, what we want for you guys, what you can expect these next 6 weeks, and what we're really planning on holding you accountable to do. I know everybody's different levels within this group, and that's okay. Whatever your goal is, that's our goal to help you get there. That's our goal to help you see you push yourself there. And I know that accountability for me, I talked about this today during our power hour. I have really wonderful responsibility. When I did my strength finders, it's up there in my top 5. But I hit really low when it comes to motivating myself, right? So I know how that need is to have that group of people around you that are relying on you, that they say, hey, did you actually reach out to this person you said you wanted to reach out to? And I knew I had to reach out to that person because somebody was counting on me. And so I think a lot of people are like that. We just need that accountability and responsibility. We don't want to let our teammates down. And I think I know that's what the plan is for this mastermind. I mean, people spend hundreds, thousands, so much money investing in masterminds. And here, you guys, we are going to give you the cream of the crop that we have for you. So I'm so excited. Again, thank you for being here. For those of you that don't know me, I came into Isogenics 9 years ago, 9.5 years ago. I guess it'll be, 9.5 years ago. And I met a lady on an airplane that introduced me to the products. I was not looking for a network marketing company. In fact, I thought I was too busy for one. I had been approached by a network marketing company 2 weeks prior. And I said, no, I don't want to do any type of business. But this lady did something to me. She really took the time to get to know me. And you know, if you guys could take anything away today, I really want you to set up the mindset, almost like it's a New Year's Day, like it's January 1st, and it's okay to start from scratch if that's where you feel like you're coming from today. And as you go out into the world tomorrow, live so intentionally. Live in a place of how can I serve every single person I come in contact with. When Gianni sat next to me on the airplane, she was so intentional to get to know me, and to see solutions for me. And that solution was Isogenics. I wanted to try her cleanse. Her energy seemed through the roof. And so I was a customer instantly. Didn't know it was network marketing. Kind of fast forward a couple days, and had put the products in my body, was lit up from the inside out, and posted on social media. This was before we were really using social media for attraction marketing. And I had made a quick little post that I was a satisfied, happy customer, and a couple of my friends saw it. And so I asked her if I could get her phone number and send her the referrals. And she and Betsy Frame, these two, Janet Elo and Betsy Frame, both said, hey, how about we come over to your house and show you how to get your products paid for? And that's when I first saw how to get my products paid for. They showed me the compensation plan, and it made sense to me, right? Because I'm always giving referrals anyways, so I might as well get paid for it. Network marketing always made sense to me. It was never something that didn't like, I wasn't against it. I knew there was a stigma attached to it, and I had to get over that. We'll probably talk about that in these upcoming weeks, but for me, it made sense. And so I started telling a couple friends, who told a couple friends, utilize social media, utilize attraction marketing, which I love to do, and I actually think I'm pretty good at. And so in these next few weeks, that's what you're going to be getting from me. We're going to talk about attraction marketing, mainly becoming a person of influence in your community and how to up level what it looks like to be influential. So I want you guys to just jot something down right now as you're thinking about it. I love scales of 1 to 10. We all know you're never allowed to pick 7 because 7's my cop-out number. That's the easy number, right? You gotta go, it's either 6 or it's 8. But on a level of 1 to 10, where do you feel your influence when it comes to Isogenics currently lies? And be honest with yourself. And as you write down that number, I want you to do a little journaling tonight, maybe about that number, and really think about it, because we're gonna be talking about that in a couple weeks. And I want you to start that process of what it looks like to up level your influence. And then the scary thing I want you guys to do is I want you to ask your group to follow you on both your social media platforms, which you guys should be doing anyways, both Facebook and Instagram. If you're utilizing LinkedIn, okay, that one would be great too. If you're utilizing TikTok, I think I'm the only one there, then that would be a great one too. But have your group follow you and have them as well rate you on what your influence level currently looks like. That one, if they're being honest with you, it could be a higher number, it could be a lower number. But this is where that accountability comes in, you guys. This is where the trust comes in. And you being honest with the people in your group, as much as it could be hard, is what is literally best for them to help them grow. You holding back is hurting them. So first of all, you guys, please give your team permission to speak life into you. Hopefully we're all here just to love and help each other. But we don't see our blind spots. You physically cannot see your blind spots. And we all have them. I'm sure you guys have about 15 blind spots. You'd love to tell me right now. No, but so knowing that we all have blind spots, being open to receive those, that's how you're gonna very first up level yourself into who you're supposed to be. As soon as we can get rid of those blind spots, we can really, truly soar. And influence, we all know you have to have influence in order to do this business. So that's what I'm going to be talking to you about. I started sharing my story. I'm going to just let you guys know a little bit of the ending to that. Tyler and I have now built this business together for 9 years, and he's going to speak to you guys too here in a little bit. But we've learned a lot along the way. And one of those things is I wish I would have studied leadership a lot earlier and learned how to level up my leadership a lot earlier. So there's going to be lots of challenges. It's going to be fun. It's not going to be all hard. I don't want you guys to be scared of what's to come. But no, for anything to grow, it must break down a little bit And that's how we're able to flourish and watch it grow and help it grow. So anyways, with that, I have the absolute honor of throwing the mic over to, well, it was Lindsay Hopper. It may have switched to Laura. I haven't seen my text messages lately. So you're either going to get Laura Stevens right now or Lindsay Hopper. Both are two incredible powerhouse blogs that are just literally tearing up the business. I've learned so much from both of these women. So without further ado, surprise me, who's coming on?
I'm thinking it's me. Lindsay.
Go for it, Laura. It's you.
Okay, thank you. You know, if it was hard for you to get on this call tonight, I just want you to know that you're not alone. And I just want you to know that these sacrifices that you continue to make to show up amidst the crazy, the chaos, all the things that we all are experiencing, I don't want you to think that just because, you know, maybe our income level is higher, or I might have been doing this a little longer. I still have 5 kids that have all these things and all these activities. And I want to show up here for you tonight. So I'm just so grateful. This mastermind has just been so exciting for me. We love you, and we would give anything to be able to gather in person. And I just miss events and miss that camaraderie. So we thought this is the next best thing. And I've always learned so much from getting to know so many of you that I'm not necessarily financially tied to, leaders all throughout the company. And I love knowing that you guys are getting to form relationships with people who you aren't in business with necessarily. And I think it will definitely strengthen you for the future. So I'm just excited to say hello. I'm Laura Stevens. Just to give you a quick little background on me and my story, I was introduced to Isagenix now. How long have you been doing it, Kelly? 9 years? 9 years ago? At a park right up the street from where I live. Kelly came to me at a barbecue and said, oh my gosh, Laura, you need to cleanse with me. It's gluten-free. We're going to get our energy back. And I was extremely skeptical and just kind of brushed her off and said no. And I said, go talk to John. And he's like, my Costco protein's fine, you know. And we watched Kelly and Tyler change their life. And referred people to them. My sister signed up with Kelly at one point. I had Army wives sign up with her. It was something that I was always watching. I wasn't actively ever giving her any clue that this was something that I wanted to do. So I always like to add that in because you never know who is watching. That's why it's so important that you stay consistent and you take the time to just run your journey, because you never know who's watching in the background. And I was watching, and I finally came to Kelly. I had just turned 30. I had 3 babies in 3 years. John was getting ready to deploy, and I was just at a point where I needed more. I'm somebody who definitely jumped in for the business. I had a lot of credit card debt, student loan debt, car loans that I wanted gone. I wanted to be able to travel and to give and to do and have a big family and all the things. And I was watching Kelly live it all out right in front of me and thought, okay, if she can do it, so can I. So March 28th, 2014, she was going down to a Top Achievers event and was being named the newest Isagenix millionaire. I'll never forget seeing her picture on the wall. And when I walked into that event, and she had me meet a few people, and I just sat across from her at lunch and started bawling and just said how badly I need this. So it's been a fun ride ever since. We now live in Spokane and have 5 kiddos and have been doing this for about 6.5 years. So again, what I am realizing and what I'm so excited to help you guys just grow in is your mindset. I'm somebody who is what I'd like to call maybe a self-starter. Kelly gave me the Map to Crystal Executive and definitely answered some great questions for me, but didn't hold my hand. I went and I figured this out and utilized all the resources Isagenix had to offer, and kind of hit a point where I got as far as I felt like I could on my own, and I was stubborn. I always thought personal development and mindset work was for people who maybe were stuck at a different level than me. I kind of thought it was silly because, unfortunately, I'd seen a lot of people do mindset work and personal development and never do anything with it. So it felt like there was a season in Isogenics where everyone was doing it and everyone was talking about it, but I never saw anyone's businesses growing. So I thought, okay, if I just work harder, if I just make another executive, if I just dive in and do something else, it will change. And it was very clear to me coming into this season, especially with the stress of this year that we've all experienced. I've been living in a very transitional stage with our house being built. I'm in a furnished rental right now, and a lot of things are out of my control with COVID. And it was really starting to get to my mindset. I don't know if any of you else can agree or feel the same, but I come here very humbly to admit to you that it's been hard and my mind isn't in the best place. And I've been letting all the distractions and all the chaos around me really get to me. And I just thought, you know what, Laura, if you would have worked on your mindset a little bit sooner, if you would have poured a little more time and effort into that place, maybe it wouldn't feel so hard right now. Maybe this wouldn't feel like such a big hill to climb. And I'm ready. I've already done a couple weeks of just very intentional work. And I'm so excited to talk to you more about that, to encourage you to dive a little more into my story. I found this journal while I was on vacation, and I know that it was last minute, and I know that that's probably so annoying to some of you, but it just felt so right. I literally was at this little bookstore, and it popped out at me, and it's called Feel Your Best. I posted the link in the Level Up group. But the first week, talks about achieving your goals. There's different colors. So there's 5 different colors. And then there's a daily tracker at the end that I really liked. And it's, for instance, day 1 right here. It says, you fill something out in the morning, you fill something out at the end of the day, something you want to try, something you appreciate, what your goal is for the day, how you're feeling, what you're excited about. And so that's the thing, is the day can feel overwhelming if we don't set our mind up right from the get-go. And that's why I loved this. And the first chapter is all about achieving goals. You get to make a list of all the things you're proud of yourself for. You get to make a list of all the small ways you can make daily progress. It just gives you some things to really think about. So I challenge you, if this is something you want to order, I know Tyler has something for the men, so please get in touch with him. I know he has a great resource there, but it was on Amazon. I know you Canadians couldn't find this exactly to ship, but you have a great resource posted that I think you were all going to gather and find. But I think it's important that we take time to do something every day. And I am not a disciplined person by nature by any means. But if I know it's going to attach to growth, which is so badly what I want for myself, for my family, for my leaders, for all of you, that I'm willing to put in that work. And this just helped me stay a little more organized about it. And I like to be able to write things down. I don't know if you guys are like that, but I need that power of a pen. So that's what I'm excited to encourage you on. And just know that we appreciate you making the commitment now. You guys are, in my mind, I could probably tear up about it because I appreciate you trusting us and you sacrificing your time and you pouring in. And it was just so cool to see all the Zooms of you guys getting together. And I know that you guys don't necessarily know each other, and you might have different beliefs. You might have different backgrounds. You may be at different places in your business, but I can tell you that if you hunker in and just really encourage one another and lean into the growth that these next 6 weeks will bring, we're going to come out so much stronger together and going to be able to change more lives and just really make an impact in this company, in our teams, in our communities, and everywhere. So thank you so much for joining us today. We just want to welcome you, and I would love to pass it on to Tyler Dickerhoof, who's going to chat a little bit more about what he has in store for you.
There, I think I'm unmuted. Thank you so much, Laura. Thank you guys. First off, I want to say, I think there's a list of about 205, 206 people, something like that in this. And right now it's saying there's 173 participants. And I think that's phenomenal. And I understand there's some people that, they had prior commitments, they had to work, they had to do whatever it may be. But I'm just so thankful. We have so many of us here. And, as Laura said, and as Kelly said, I'm excited about this time. And as I was talking to Laura about this morning, what I'm most excited about is the things that I'm seeing from all of you. I'm excited about the the fact that you guys are making new communities and making new contacts. And let me share one of the things that, this hit me very early on in our businesses. As Kelly said, she's the one that started. I was still operating my nutrition business. I was, had another job. And so I was just I was helping out where I could in the isogenics business. And there was times where I came back from an event, and I think it was Celebration, and I saw Meredith Franklin, and I saw like Michelle Sampson, and I saw a few other girls, and they were just like tight. They had fun together. They were just like so much friends. And I'm like, man, how did that happen? And that happened from an event that Kelly started, which was eventually named Earn Your Wings. And what I'm excited about for this Level Up Mastermind is we get to see that right now. And I think if you guys haven't realized, our society is yearning for connection and community, whatever way you can find it and have it. And what I'm excited about, and when Laura brought up this idea as, she was over working out with Kelly and talking about it, I know she had talked to Lindsay about it. It's so exciting to see this because it is what our community needs. It is what our community of isogenics needs, is to say, hey, I'm in this with you. You're not in this alone, and we're going to be here for you, and we're going to talk about it. And what you're doing, I'm doing, the accountability of it. And one of the things that when I first got involved in this, isogenics business is I looked at it and I saw a lot of things happening. I saw a lot of things happening from afar. And as Kelly mentioned, that can be, I got to see some blind spots. Well, I'll admit, I was not good at recognizing that and sharing that information. And I've had to get a lot better at that. And I'm working at it. But one of the things that I truly understood and I love to see is when someone was just so wildly good at something that they did it and did it and did it so well that it brought them so much joy. And at the same point, I saw people that thought, oh, I'm in this business, I have to do everything A to Z. And, when you get started in this business, there's a lot of that. But why we're in groups is that we can leverage off each other and say, hey, man, I'm not great at making designs and, I'm not great at being detailed and organized. But there's somebody like Lindsay Hofber who does a tremendous job of it. And I'm so thankful that it keeps us all going. And that's where I have the opportunity to talk to you guys about our color code test. I have the opportunity to talk about your strengths. We've talked about, Strengths Finder was a tool that we utilized that was so dynamically important for us. We'll also talk about love language. So I'm excited to talk to you guys about those things because that's something that I saw afar. And I saw, man, when we can leverage each other's skills, two things happen. You're less frustrated and you're more fulfilled. When you're doing what you're special and you're well gifted at, and you can say, hey, you know what? I did this for a little while. Let's be honest. As parents, and I know there's a lot of moms on here, there's a lot of, aunts, uncles, whatever it may be. I don't think there's anyone in this world that says, I am absolutely wildly changed. But yet, you have to do it. And there's elements in this business where you got to change some diapers. But there may be someone that says, hey, you know what? I can deal with that. I have a real good system. I can knock it out and it doesn't bother me. No one loves to do it, but it gets done. And there are elements of network marketing that are like that. And let's just be honest, it is. And it's okay. And it's okay to say, man, all right, I'm going to have to deal with that. And I get through it. And once I get through it, let's move on and let's go do the fun stuff. But if we didn't change our kids' diapers, if no diapers were ever changed, it would be a bad situation. Can we agree with that? Yeah. So there's going to be some parts of this that are going to be like changing diapers. It's going to be hard. You're going to be like, I'm out. I'm not going to do the opportunity presentation this week. Oh, I'm not going to do the homework. I'm not going to do the mindset. But the only person you're cheating is yourself. Now, you're letting everyone else down, but you're cheating yourself. Because it doesn't matter what that love language is. It doesn't matter what your color code is. It doesn't matter what your strength is. Sometimes you just got to deal with the shit. I'm sorry, I said it. It's a diaper. I had to bring that analogy. I had to deal with the crap. Okay, is that better? Sorry, I'm sorry, Kelly. I'm not the one that usually uses choice language. That is Kelly, not me. Okay, so I'm excited to talk to you guys about those things and to walk through it. And one of the best things that I love this, and this is something that is, the experience of network marketing has shown me. You know, the greatest thing you can do for someone else is to tell them maybe a strength or something they're good at that they don't even know. And when they hear that from you, all of a sudden they're like, man, you know what? I'm going to own that. And I think that's something over the next few weeks, is before we get to the opportunity I have to speak, is think about the people on your team. Maybe you've just getting to know them. Maybe you've known them for a little while, but take the opportunity at some point in time to say, man, I appreciate how great you're at this. I appreciate how well you do this. So I'm going to pass it off to Lindsay Hofber now. And, you know, I'm going to pass it off to her because she is detailed. She's organized. She's keeping us all in line, which I appreciate and I love. I love to be organized. I just don't want to have to do it myself. I'd love to have someone do it. And that's just 100%. I like detailed, organized me. And so I'm excited for you guys to be a part of this. I'm excited for Team Black. You know, it's a, you know, probably fitting a little Wakanda, a little, you know, Chadwick Boseman reference, because I'm excited for this. I'm excited for you guys, and I'm excited for everyone. And I know at the end of this, we will all be better. All right. So Lindsay, off to you.
Hi, guys. Thanks for having me. Tyler, Kelly, Laura, awesome. Such good stuff. We have put just heart and soul into this group because we are proud of each and every one of you for opting in. This was a choice. And oftentimes with choices comes the necessity to work hard, the necessity to show up, the necessity to change, and certainly to be open. And we appreciate all of that. I'm well aware that time is your most valuable currency. Thank you so much for spending it with us, not only every Monday night for the next 6 weeks, but with your private team calls as well. And for those of you that might be newer to Isagenix, or maybe your story is that you heard of Isagenix years ago and now you've started and you wish you would have started years ago, we always say the wish. I wish I would have then, but I want you to know that you're right on time. You're not late. You are meant to be here right now. You are meant to grow during this season. You are meant to opt into this Level Up Mastermind. I know some of you debated heavily over whether to do this or not. Thank you for stepping into that curiosity. Thank you for stepping into the willingness to pour into your dreams, your goals, your future, the legacy you want to make for your family. So I haven't had the privilege to meet all of you yet, but I'm Lindsay Hofber. I live in Reno, Nevada. I have 2 beautiful girls and a wonderful husband. Isagenix found me. I was not looking for anything when Isagenix walked into my life, but by way of my college bestie, Laura Stevens, we lived in the dorms together our freshman year. Turns out, grew up in hometowns 20 minutes apart and never knew each other, became fast friends. She's who brought Isagenix into my kitchen. Yes, I knew who Kelly was years prior. I had met her in passing once. But I had secretly followed Kelly on Instagram as well and watched her Isagenix journey. Did I start 9 years ago? Nope. Did I start when Laura started? No. I waited a handful of more months before I was ready. So again, you're not late, you're right on time. I was never intending to do this for a business. I'll make this super brief. Fell in love with the products by day 5, knew I would never stop. My history is the years and years of paleo and Whole30 and a horrible relationship with food. So Isagenix saved me from myself. Please nod if you're in that same situation and Isagenix has saved you. That gift is never lost on me. 6 years later, and my favorite thing to do is to start a new customer on Isagenix. I have never stopped starting new customers on Isagenix because everybody needs this gift. And I hope that if you've been here a while, you still embody that. And if you don't, I hope you can re-find it in this new season and be very deep in your conviction of what these products can do. I had 2 staff members of mine. I'm an optometrist by trade. I was seeing patients full time when I started Isagenix. I had 2 of my staff members that wanted to start. I punted them to Laura for Laura to enroll them. I was very supportive of Laura's business. I should mention that. I was a kind friend. I attended a tasting party she had in Portland, Oregon with Kelly. And you guys, I was so strict into Whole30, I wouldn't even taste the Isoline bar. You know how you cut them up and you hand them out on a platter? I wouldn't even taste it because it would ruin my Whole30. So I was a very supportive friend, and I hope you have people like that in your life. Not everyone is going to be, but I wanted Laura to win. Even though I didn't understand network marketing and I wanted nothing to do with it, I still wanted Laura to win. So I had 2 enrollments for Laura. She said, Linz, let me sign you up. We'll sign them up under you. I want you to earn this money back, blah, blah, blah. Rest is history. I fell in love with making side income. I am not afraid to say that. If you have any healthcare professionals in your life, they are not paid what they're worth. They need this income you have to offer. I'm the first to voice that and continually share that. But this beautiful company and hard work and amazing teammates did bring me out of that exam room and into the arms of my little girls. And I've been home with them for 5 years, September 1st. I can't even believe it. I love the life I get to live. I don't miss having a boss, and I don't miss a 9 to 5. I know that's not everybody's dream, and that's not what everyone wants for their life. Just know that it's possible with a whole lot of belief and a whole lot of hard work, and you're in the right hands with Kelly and Tyler and Laura, because they are the 3 that helped me get here. So all of that to say, what I'm excited to touch briefly on tonight, I'm asked all the time what the secret sauce is. And let me be clear, I'm not nearly to the level where Tyler and Kelly and Laura are. They are my goals as well. I work hard right alongside all 200 of you, I promise. But I am asked what the secret is. And my response has always been from day one, and still is now 6 years later this month: consistency and discipline. All right, now, it's one of my greatest fortunes of my life that I am a disciplined person by nature. However, whether you're disciplined or not, you still get to pick and choose where you apply discipline. And I want you, on the same paper you wrote down what Kelly asked you to write down at the beginning of the call, think about while I'm wrapping up, and write down the area of your life that you are the most disciplined in. Are you the most disciplined with getting up at the same time every morning? Are you the most disciplined with your fitness or working out? Are you the most disciplined with your food? Are you the most disciplined with how you parent, or how you pour into your marriage, or how you cook, or how you bake? Where do you exude the most discipline in your life? We all have at least one area. It doesn't mean it's perfect or beautiful or graceful. I didn't say that, but where you're fiercely committed with consistency and discipline. We are going to ask you over the next 6 weeks, and hopefully into forever, to take that same discipline that you just thought about and you just wrote down and apply it to your Isogenics business. I have fallen into the trap many times over the last 6 years of not being as disciplined as I should in Isogenics, but I'm very disciplined with working out. I'm very disciplined about, my shakes and how I eat and when I eat and my cleansing and my fasting, right? So think about where you're the most disciplined, where it comes easy to you. And that is the intensity and the level that we're going to apply to your Isogenics business and those daily activities and your consistency over the next 6 weeks, so that we can make that a habit. We know it's said by all of the famous people in the world, all those quotes, that discipline is the only thing that remains standing when your motivation is gone. Right now, September 21st, day 1 of our 6 weeks, you're highly motivated. Are you going to still have the same motivation in 5 weeks? After your 5th opportunity presentation? After you get through your journal that we're starting? It's hard to say, but your discipline that you're going to rewire is going to bring you through the next season and hopefully home to your goals in Isogenics. So that's my hope for you. I also get to be, because I'm the uncertified organized one, I get to share with you what your action items are for this week. So pardon me while I look at our notes here, and this will get posted on Level Up Mastermind Facebook group right away when we get done with this call. But the first thing we're going to ask you to do, for ladies, please complete, when you get your pink journal, please complete the first section, which is the green section. And it is about achieving your goals. So complete green for us. Gentlemen, when you get yours, your journals have, can I call it journal? Is that okay, men? I won't say diary. Your journals, you have a small daily section every day in your journals. From what I can tell online, I had to stop the journal to figure this out because I don't have it in my hot little hands yet, but you have a small part every morning, and then every 7 days you do a week review. So let's start your morning rituals right when your journal arrives, and on Sunday, let's do your week reviews, and we can start that cycle for you men. So that's action item number 1. Action item number 2 is that this is the final week in our Leadership in Action month. So we want to be sure, Kelly, Tyler, Laura, and I want to be sure that you do not have zeros in any of these categories, okay? So make sure you've had at least 1 rank advancement, at least 1 enrollment, that you're at least paid as executive, and that you've had I'm missing one. Oh, your 2 PET enrollments. Okay, so look carefully at your LIA. You guys, I literally, let me show you, I keep mine all documented. I have a printout for every single month and I keep track with all of those points. So you're never too old in this business to do that. If you don't have points in all those categories, this is your week to figure it out. So let us know what you need and what you're gonna have by Sunday night. It's also the last week to make sure that you are paid as fill in the blank for the next leadership and action and leadership pool period that will start this coming Monday. Make sure you're paid as manager if you're playing in the manager pools. Make sure you're paid as executive if you're playing in the executive pools. If you're in the director pools and you've fallen out, then you're probably not gonna get back in. But if you haven't hit director yet, then this is your week to do so. We set the tone this final week of the month for the next month to come. So please be aware of those dates. And then lastly, 2 more things, excuse me, we know it's free shipping. Everybody knows that, right? Corporate promotion, free shipping, new customers, $150 or more. We don't want a single human in this mastermind, a single of all 200 of you, including us, to not have an enrollment by the end of the week. I feel like that's the least action item we could do to be in this group and to be in this community, is to have at least 1 enrollment by Sunday night. So please work hard on that. Throw it out in the chat if you already have yours today. I'd love to hear it. And lastly, this is the big action item. 1 morning this week, please do a Facebook Live and an Instagram Live on your breakfast. Simple, don't overcomplicate it. I don't care if you're in your pajamas or your robe, or if you're all dressed up for the day, if you're in your kitchen or your bed or your office, please jump on, do a brief Facebook Live about your breakfast, about your shake, what you put it in, why, how long you've been drinking it for. Invite your kids on in the live if they have their shakes in their hot little hands. Don't overcomplicate it. We're just getting the word out about what a blessing these products are, especially because of the promotion this week. So nod your head if that's something you can do for me. We'll be on the lookout for all of those lives. Again, come as you are, okay? You don't have to be perfect on social media, you just have to be real. And then my final ask is, be sure you've got these Monday night calls penciled in. These are a non-negotiable. We have a few that joined our mastermind that very specifically work Monday nights. We're aware of those people. We expect everybody else to be on. And we have big expectations of having your camera on. This is a professional group. This is a free mastermind that we know lots of people have paid money for in other areas of our company and in network marketing. We don't care how you look, we want to see you. If there's a huge distraction going on in your home, that's a different story. But you guys, we love to see your faces. I'm even on Kelly's Power Hour every Monday in my car and I have my camera on, because I think that that connection is important. And even our little kids on their Zooms in school aren't allowed to have their cameras off because they need to know who's actually in the house or in the building. So please, if you have your cameras off, will you flip them on for the remainder of this call and next week? We would sincerely appreciate it. So Kelly, should we open it up for any quick questions before we hop off?
Yeah, you guys, we have a few more minutes. We want to be available to you. If anything doesn't make sense, if you're a little bit confused, I did want to speak to the opportunity calls that we're all doing really quick. I want you guys to understand the intention behind that. And I talked about this on the Power Hour today. The intention behind that is that sometimes it's scary to say, oh, I'm hosting an opportunity meeting, and you're nervous. You're like, what if nobody gets on? Honestly, that would almost be better than if only one person got on. If one person gets on and I'm all dressed up to give this professional opportunity meeting, and then it's like, oh, hi, you know, I knew you from high school and you're on, and I thought 10 people would get on, and it can just be a little intimidating or scary. So what we love about this opportunity is that you guys are all getting on to support that person who's giving that opportunity presentation. So not only are you getting on to support them, so that if they do have one person show up or nobody show up or 2 people show up, that it feels like a big group of people, but you also have the ability to speak into them. You have the ability to say, this is where you excel. I was so impressed the way you did this and the verbiage I received from you. And then you also have the opportunity to say something like, you know what, I love you. Your lighting was a little bit off today. Let me show you how it looks like to put a little lighting behind the camera, or try to speak a little bit slower. It feels like you're speaking so fast. These are the things that people tell me. It feels like you're speaking so fast and I can't catch what it is that you're saying. Or just throw your shoulders back, show up with a little bit more confidence. Just those little things can really help a person in their presentation. And so I want to make sure as you guys are setting those that you are getting on and cheering your group on. I understand we are asking you to be on Monday nights. We are asking you once a week to get together with your team to have accountability, to have a chit chat, and you can do whatever that works for. That's an hour meeting, great. If it's a 20-minute meeting, a 30-minute meeting, it doesn't matter to us, but it's really that you guys are just getting together and discussing the topic points that we're talking about, as well as discussing areas that you guys can see that you need growth for each other. So, and then also getting on those opportunity calls, and then little things along the way also. But really, if you break it down, that's maybe 2 hours, 2.5 hours a week that we're asking from you guys in this. And so, like Lindsay says, we have the expectation and the huge desire that you show up playing at 100%. As though you were giving a presentation tonight, that's how I want you to show up. I'm not saying your hair and makeup and everything has to be done, but that posture shows up, that just intention. And I can tell you, speed of the leader, speed of the pack. How you do anything is how you do everything. And not everybody agrees with that statement, but I firmly believe in it. I firmly believe you will have more confidence when you show up to a call and you are intentional about what you're wearing. You don't have to wear pants, you know what I mean? But just by feeling, you'll just feeling your best. You know, it feels a lot different if you're laying in bed and listening to a call and stuff like that. We really tried to work with time zones so that there was nothing too extreme on either end. I know we do have some London people that, you know, bless your hearts, you're pregnant and you're still showing up. So I love you and I'm so grateful for you doing that. I think everybody else, you know, can all step up and level that up. And that's what leveling up looks like in my eyes. That's what it is. So yes, we are opening up the call now. You guys are able to unmute yourself. Maybe ask if you say you have a question over in the comments. Lindsay, me, and Laura are still all here to answer anything that we're a little bit confused about or anything that's not clear. And no question is a silly question unless, you know, you ask me about products right now. Let's not talk about products, let's talk about business. But please let us know if anything's not clear, if anybody's not able to find their place, if they're like, oh my gosh, I don't know who my group is, if you still haven't found that. We are in contact with the people that have not, you know, I know there's a couple of people that were tagged that we can't find and we're still looking for them. So other than that, does anybody have any questions?
I do. This is Veronica Sutherland.
Awesome. Hi, Veronica.
Hi. I would like to know if there's going to be more books and more reading. There was something that it kind of implied that we would have book assignments. Can we get that list in advance so I don't feel like I'm scrambling to get something ordered and not get it on time?
That's a great question. We will have no more books that you have to order.
Okay.
I don't think, unless if there's a leader that's feeling the urge of that, it won't feel scrambled. It'll be something you can get on Amazon. We can get in 2 days so nobody's feeling like they're behind or anything like that. I do not believe that there's any books. If anything, it will just be podcasts or something you can download. So we should be okay with that, Veronica, at this point.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I have a question about the journals. Do the ladies have to have the pink journals? I'm more of a digital person, and Tyler mentioned that the gray journal has an app. So can we use that? Or
Yes, absolutely. If the 5-minute journal is something that you guys are interested, there is an app for that. I know a lot of Canadians are using that, female and male, because they don't have access to the pink one. So please feel free, either of those resources are awesome resources, and anybody can use any.
And I know somebody asked how long this is, and it's not long at all. Not long at all. So just know we understand we're going to make the most of your time. But at the same time, I saw it and thought, you know what, that's why I said it wasn't necessarily required, but it was highly recommended. So I apologize about the last minute, but I feel, and I think you'll agree once you see it, that it was meant to be.
I had a question.
Okay, I see Chris, go ahead and go first, and then Jan, you're next.
Hi, you had mentioned about the opportunity call. I just wanted to clarify about that because I thought it was just within our small groups, but it sounded like you're expecting us to have one for other people and invite our small group to show up, or? Can you clarify?
I'm sorry if I wasn't clear on that. So within your color group, so we'll say Team Black, somebody or maybe two people will pair up depending on how many people are in the group. We'll be giving an opportunity call at some time in the next 6 weeks, one per week per color group. Our expectation is that all the people in Black hop on that opportunity call to support whoever's giving that presentation, not the whole group. However, if you have an opportunity call, you guys can post that in the Level Up Mastermind, because someone might be like, oh gosh, Natalia's given it this week. Oh, I actually really align with the way she does things. I want to hop on that one, or I want to tell somebody to hop on that one, or I want to learn from that one. So if you guys have those graphics made and it's something that you have time for, or it's something that you think somebody might really find value in, then please feel free to share those amongst everybody, but it's not required. Does that make sense, Christy? Perfect. All right, Jan.
It's okay. Lindsay answered it in the chat.
Oh, okay, good. Anyone else?
So, sorry, one more question on the opportunity calls.
Okay.
So do they have to be in a time zone where all of our team can make it? I think you might have just said that and I missed it.
Yes, we would hope they were in a time zone. Unless you're working with London, I understand that that gets a little bit tricky, but anybody, if you guys are in, you know, yes, I would hope that that would work out to where you could make it where everybody could get on. And be creative, you guys. An 8 a.m. opportunity call might be actually really smart. A noon opportunity call, you know, so just be creative with those times. But yes, our plan is that you make it work. You discuss that within your group so everybody can get on.
I have a question. My name is Jessica Hackey. Can you hear me?
Yes, Jessica, go ahead.
Okay. The leadership and action points that you stated, I'm not familiar with that, but I think there's an area in our back office where we can print out, find out what those points are. That, I don't know what's required there.
I'm sorry, you're cutting out for me. Is it me or is it?
No, she is, but I can answer for you really quick, Jessica. I am, yes, if you just Google, Kelly taught me a long time at the very beginning, you can Google and find most things. So if you just Google leader in action equation isogenics, a worksheet will come up that you can print out. And it's just a great way to keep track of your business building activities and kind of just show what do you need to do. Sorry, I have a little guy here. What do you need to do to be successful throughout the weeks? And it's a good equation to help with that.
Perfect. Anybody else? All right. All right, Lindsay, you want to close us out?
Well, only because Asher's crying will I, because Laura is the ultimate closer. But I just want to reiterate again that we're incredibly grateful that you guys are here. And I promise that if you follow the steps and the guidelines that we're giving each week, and can I just say that we're doing the same? Like, we're doing the same. I speak for Laura, Tyler, Kelly, and I when I say that we always do what we ask of others. That's a very important rule and level of respect that we as leaders all exude, is we never ask anyone to do anything that we aren't also actively doing, and leading by example is huge. So please know that this is for all of us. All of us are ready to soar this fall. All of us are ready to dial in routine. And we just hope that you can rise to the occasion. Wherever you're at right now, this might be a big leap. It might be a small jump. It might be a middle of the road stretch. We want you to rise up and meet us with where we are and what we're asking you to do. You are capable of this, but there has to be daily, consistent action. We want you to throw the excuses out the window. I'm the excuse queen, but we promise you, if we were to give you the intricacies of each of our individual lives when we built to our whatever income, you know, 6-figure, multiple 6-figure, wherever we're at, chaos. chaos. The busiest people are the most productive. So I hope you're busy. I hope you're maxed out on your time, because that tells me you'll figure it out. And we want that to be the end result of the 6 weeks. And we want this 6 weeks to be so extraordinary that we go on and do it again and again. And you go on to do it with your teams and your leaders and your associates. So this is really just the beginning. Thank you for your grace. We're literally learning as we go. We're putting this together as we go. There will be mistakes. There have been mistakes. Please continue to give us grace, whether it's the misspelling of your name or the wrong color you were assigned or all the time zones that are in your groups. We didn't pay attention to that. We paid attention to where your business is at and where your cycles are at when we paired your groups together. That was what was most important to us. So we thank you for being here. We thank you for your gratitude. Make your commitment tonight. Think about all of the things we asked you to think about, and we want constant communication on that Facebook group. Let us know how your opportunity meetings are going. Let us know how your team calls are going. Let us know how your journals are going. We love hearing from you. It is the fuel that feeds our souls. So thank you. Kelly, thank you for your hard work. Tyler, thank you for your hard work. Laura, thank you for multitasking so much with the kids tonight, and each of you for being here. Please continue to come as you are, okay? Just videos on. Thank you. Have a good one.
Good night.